be?
Dude, that's awesome. It's about time Prime got some awesome upgrades. Oh, wait, I forgot. You hate the movie line.
Yes, I do hate the movie line.
Then why the hell do you have him?
Dude, check out his trailer.
Okay, so it's a rolling arsenal.
Yeah, and if you weren't so damn fat, you could fit in it.
Dude, lay off, okay? It's not my fault you leave Skittles laying around all over the place.
Dude, I don't leave Skittles laying around all over the place.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. That's you, dude.
Oh. Anyhow. He got guns. And lots of them.
What the hell is wrong with him? Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Yes, I've got a fairly good sized one here to show you guys today. I picked this guy up off of clearance and he's not too bad. I'm actually kind of surprised. I was very surprised in the quality of this guy. Anyhow, it's obviously Movieverse Optimus Prime Trilogy Edition. I got the box here to show you because the box is actually kind of nice. You're able to actually display the entire truck on the inside here, and it really has a nice aesthetic feel. I took it out of the box because I had to play with this thing. It was really, really cool. Anyway, I'll show you guys the box first. And here's the box. It's got a nice Autobot emblem kind of sticking out of the blister pack. Same thing with Transformers being up here. It's actually kind of nice that they actually did that. They didn't really have to do all this molded detail in here, but it's not bad. Obviously, tech specs if you want to read it. And there's your bio. Obligatory product shot. It does not come with any mech tech weapons. I repeat, if you do buy this, it does not come with any mech tech weapons. They're shown on the box, but they are not included. Anyway, moving on to the actual figures. First thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to show you the trailer first. Then we'll go more in depth on Prime. The trailer itself is actually kind of nice. The only thing that I noticed whenever I bought mine is it didn't have an Autobot symbol here. I don't know if that's just a product flaw on mine. If any of you guys have this, let me know. But it does have an Autobot symbol here. I'll probably just get a Reaper logo to throw in here. But it does also have a nice one here on the front. I'll show you guys that one. It's fairly decent. I really dig that on the front of the trailer. But anyway, the trailer detail is pretty in-depth. It's like a normal refrigerator truck. It's got mech tech ports here, 2 on top, 1 here. It's also got this weird doohickey here on the bottom. I'm guessing this is for a mech tech weapon I don't currently have. I don't know if you guys can tell me whether it is or not. Wheels roll pretty good. It's got clip points here all the way across the bottom here, so that way you can put your clip-on weapons if you want to. I don't have any handy at the moment, otherwise I'd show you. But the back door is pretty detailed. It's got a fair amount of detail. They could have at least painted the lights here red, but I'm not complaining. I might actually do that myself. But it's kind of cool. One of the gimmicks this thing's got, it actually does have a opening bed. It's got some really nice molded detail on the inside of it. And you can take a, well, I'm going to take my Nitro Bumblebee I got. Haven't done a review on this guy yet. It's probably going to be next. And you just kind of roll him all up in here. And there's some little bitty pieces that are actually inside the trailer that kind of keeps you from rolling the figure all the way in, but it will fit at least one of these deluxe size inside the trailer, which is kind of nice. Yeah, the deluxe size is kind of out of scale with the actual truck itself, but it's kind of nice that you're able to put that in there. Now you can probably load this thing up with Legend figures because, face it, most people have a ton of those. They're fairly cheap. Anyhow, another gimmick this thing actually has, it's got an entire opening. It opens up the sides, that way you can play in here or whatever. It's got nice molded detail all the way throughout the entire trailer. I'll show you a little better here. But the bed itself, it's really nice detail. It's not too bad. I do like the idea that it's got MechTech ports on the inside of the trailer as well. It's got 3. So that way you can put fairly good sized ones in there. You can take any kind of MechTech weapon and plug them on inside if you want, if you care to. I mean, it's designed to put them in there and it holds them pretty good. This is actually a really good way to store your MechTech weapons if you don't happen to have like a Ziploc bag or whatever to put them in. I think it's kind of nice that you can do that and just display the entire trailer with the MechTech weapons on it. I'm not big on the MechTech weapons except for the ones that actually lock, which are for the larger class ones, but face it, I mean, if Hasbro's going to give us MechTech weapons, they're kind of neat. I'm more into the Arms Micron. I think that's a better type of thing, but I actually have some Kabaya kits that I got to build to show you guys kind of a little different way of looking at MechTech. It's more of a Japanese way, so. But that's clipped together nice. It's not a bad trailer. It's kind of cool that this actually came with the Prime. Because if you didn't have the leader class Prime that came with the big butterfly wings, as I want to call it, because I don't know whether I wanted to get that or not. If I find it on clearance, I probably will, but I'm not really big into that guy. I just don't think he's that great. Anyhow, moving on to the Prime itself that came with it. It's actually really neat. I got him loaded up with MechTech weapons just to kind of show you. He's got quite a few ports. That's every port that's on him filled up. I don't think, yeah, there's nothing on his legs. But I know it's kind of ridiculous, but it's Optimus Prime. He can do what the hell he wants. But I just put like the chainsaw thing here. I still wish that can lock out, but it can't. If you take the spring out, you can do that and just have it out, but it's going to flop around if you do, so I don't suggest doing it. But anyway, none of these weapons came with this guy, by the way. There's a disclaimer, no weapons came with this guy. It's just the Prime and the trailer. No weapons. Still think they could have included at least one small MechTech weapon one, but anyhow, pull all these off of here, and then I'll show you the detail, and then we'll get into transformation. This is by far, I think, one of the coolest looking Primes, because yeah, he might actually have half his truck mode on the back. But there's a couple of them that are like that, and they actually look better aesthetically than some of the other ones that came out with. I'm not big into the movie-verse stuff, so I'm kind of excusing some of the stuff that they've put out. Anyhow, he does have light piping, which is really good on this guy. See if we can get this thing to focus. You can see it's some pretty wicked light piping. It's not bad. It's got some really nice detail throughout the entire thing. I mean, the whole truck itself is fairly well molded right. They didn't screw up and leave any panels like not even covered. I mean, even the inside of this actually has some detail, which they really... there's a few Primes that I've seen where they have like no detail whatsoever back inside this type of thing, and it's ridiculous. It's like, come on, just a little bit of molded detail to make it look different. But anyway, this guy's got a kind of a finicky transformation, but I kind of excuse it for what it is. But anyway, one of the things you'll do here for transformation is you'll flip his feet inward like that. Then the next thing I normally do is tend to pull these pieces here out. They just kind of tab inside here. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to get out. Mine's still fairly new, so I just got it recently. Then what you'll do is you'll flip these down and then peg the entire thing together. Peg here, hold it. There's also a peg and hole on the actual trailer hitch itself, so it'll kind of all stick together real nice. Yeah. Forgot to do that. I forgot to do this. You have to collapse the leg, kind of. It kind of collapses. It's not like a big gigantic transformation. I mean, it just kind of moves out and then back in. It's not like a slide or anything. It's kind of weird. Would have been better if they just would have just made it a slide. I don't understand why they had to pull out like that. But anyhow, this is legs so far. Next thing I do is his entire head reveal is kind of neat. You push down on it, and then you can push the cab together. Whenever you do the reverse or head reveal, it pops up. Just a little gimmick. They could have not done that. The cool thing is he still has an articulated head. It's actually on a, it's on a rotating joint. It's not really on a ball joint. That's the only bad thing about it. But you gotta think, since this is a spring, it'd be kind of hard to put it on a ball joint and not have the head pop off. So push that together. Untab this. The only thing you have to watch whenever you pull these loose, because these are fairly tight, it actually pegs onto his mirror, this hole does. So it's fairly nice peg. It tries to pull this here apart, so you got to kind of hold this and pull this out. Untab his entire front of the truck. The front of this truck is on a weird slide. You can see it's got this entire like sliding thing. It's there so that way you can put this any really direction you want to go with it. I tend to put it up like this because it looks better. Some people's had it down like this, or you can put it like this and then push it and then like slide it in, and he's got like this entire back crotch thing. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I think this is more to get this kind of out of the way while you're trying to do the transformation. The next thing you'll do, since you have these on peg, move his arms up like this, because he does have a waist swivel. And what you'll do, I tend to move this up out of the way like this. Rotate the entire thing. Then you'll take these portions here, the arms, and then you'll kind of collapse them down. You bring it down, then you'll kind of fold it out like this. Then when you fold it out like this, kind of push it in. Forms like the back of the cab. Then close it up. Again, that is, fold this together. Push it in like this. Fold that down. And collapse them together. Now, this does actually have tabs. It's got tabs here and down here. So it will tab together all nice. That way it forms the back of the cab. Next thing you'll do is you'll push this up. And before I push this entire thing here together, I tend to bring the entire back of the truck up. And the back of the truck, these two gray bits here that come off actually will peg into these slots here. So you can peg it together so it's a nice secure fit and you don't have some flopping around truck. Then what you do is push in on this. And there you go. There's Optimus Prime in truck mode. Fair amount of detail on this thing. I think they could have splashed a little bit of red here on his Autobot emblem on the front, which would have been nice. And they could have, I think they could have chromed the wheels as well on it, but it's not too bad. I like how this thing folds up and it really doesn't show a robot mode at all. I mean, if you look underneath, it really doesn't even look like a robot either. You can kind of see his thighs and everything, but that's about it. I mean, this thing's really, really good on concealing, which I'm actually very, very, very surprised of and very, very happy about. He does have like blue windows and everything, so he's not one of those ones where everything's painted or anything like that. I do like the idea that they did paint the visor that goes across the hood instead of leaving it like the same color or something. I mean, at least they tried to do something with this one, like looks wise and everything, to make it look good. He does have a trailer hitch right there. This peg right here will actually peg into that. Something I did not do was push this down. This will actually push down and plug in, kind of. There we go. It's kind of finicky. Once you get it, it works. You don't necessarily have to push it down, but it works. Anyhow, take the entire truck, put it together. It's a fairly good sized semi. This is next to a deluxe class. The deluxe class kind of looks at a scale. So, take a Legends Bumblebee I got here. Sorry, quick transformation here. Should have had him ready. But if you put him up against that, that's more in scale. So, honestly, if I think about it, they could have turned this like into like a base or something, which would have been better. But I'm not going to complain. It's a very, very, very good buy. The cool thing about this thing is you can put mech tech weapons all over this thing. I mean, it's insane what you can do with this. Because Prime actually still has two mech tech ports here on top of it. Which, depending on the width of the mech tech weapon itself, you can try to fit what you can on here. You gotta remember, most of these mech tech weapons are different widths and such, but you can put those here, and plug another one on here, plug another one on here, plug another one on here. So, I mean, you can arm him up like a crazy ass Mad Max vehicle, but it's not too bad. I actually really do enjoy this guy. This is probably one of the coolest Optimus Primes I've got, because I'm really, really, really skeptical about the Movieverse Primes. I have a couple more that I'm going to be reviewing that I purchased just recently, but I'm not into the Movieverse stuff as much. This is not bad. This is actually passable to me, because you actually can function the trailer. The trailer actually serves a function. You can put all your mech tech weapons on the inside of it, or hang them off of it, or whatever. And you can also fit deluxe class vehicles in it, along with the little Legends guys. I mean, not a bad toy. It's not bad at all. I've seen them on clearance everywhere for about $22. I think $22 is a good value, considering these things were a lot more before whenever they came out. I think there was a couple places I went where they were asking $40 for this thing, and I was like, that is way too much money for as simple as this thing is. But this has been Plasticon. That's been another review And I will catch you guys later. This is Plasticon signing off. Peace, y'all.